Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Late Night Peel. I'm Trey Redfield.
And I'm Nick Salai, and boy, do we have lots of football to talk about.
It's only football today.
Back-to-back nights of filming. We filmed last night, and we're filming again tonight.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, there's more content for our viewers.
When does the NBA start again?
20 days.
So, I mean, hey, in 2 weeks, we're probably going to be doing this again.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we're going to
have people coming on, too. It's not just going to be us.
It's not going to be us. It's going to be two more. So, we're very excited for that. But anyways, let's talk some football, Nick. I mean, it's 4 weeks have passed by in the NFL.
Quarter into the season already.
Yeah.
The season's flying by.
It's unbelievable.
Honestly.
It's unbelievable. What have you seen so far?
Well, first, the 49ers are the only undefeated team left in the NFC.
I mean, they did have a bye week this past week, but still.
That's 3 games.
It's still 3-0. There's still a 0 in the loss column.
It's interesting. I don't think this is gonna last, in my opinion.
You don't think so?
No. They have played the Buccaneers, the Bengals, and a Steeler team without Big Ben.
I mean, Mason Rudolph's pretty good, but still.
Yeah, but they just got their first win, the Steelers, this past week.
Yeah, that is true.
And
against the Bengals.
And
looking at
the 49ers stats,
shout out
Garoppolo does not look too great.
No, not really.
5 touchdowns and 4 picks, only 739 passing yards, rating of 96. And just looking at the
George Kittle hasn't really been the strongest either, you know?
Yeah, that's true, yeah. But I mean he's been most targeted on the team.
That's true.
It
would be better if CJ Beathard was in for Kittle. Mm-hmm. Or if Beathard was in for Garoppolo, Kittle would have much more upside having that Iowa connection.
Just looking at this team, it's just hard to I want to root for them, but at the same time, I just can't see his team.
It's hard to pick them.
Yeah. Yeah, really, just looking at them, looking at the roster, they don't have anybody who really stands out, as an MVP candidate on their team. What's one thing you're looking at?
Well, we're not shocked by this, but Patrick Mahomes is leading the way again. Again, yes, he's on pace for 6,000 yards and
insane.
And up to more than 50 touchdowns again. I mean, he has 1,510 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, no picks. The only person to not have no interceptions, Marcus Mariota. But I mean, Mariota has a fumble, but still.
Go Ducks.
Mahomes has made 0 turnovers. And also, let's stay on the passing aspect. Lamar Jackson and Jacoby Brissett are proving the NFL wrong. I mean, Jackson has 1,110 passing yards, and Jacoby Brissett, the NC State product, has 911 passing yards. Mm-hmm. Both have 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And Nick, if I told you at the start of the year that Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Jacoby Brissett, Matthew Stafford, and Dak Prescott are your top 5 in passing touchdowns, would you believe me?
I wouldn't believe anybody.
You'd be laughing.
If Adam Schefter told me that, I wouldn't believe that at the beginning of the season.
If Rap Sheet told me, I wouldn't believe that.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's
I mean,
insane.
It's unbelievable.
One thing I want to add about Mahomes really quick
is
you just mentioned his stats. He didn't have 1 passing touchdown last game against Detroit.
I know. That's
insane. He's still on pace.
This all occurred in his first 3 games.
Yeah.
So
which is crazy.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. But seeing that you have the aspect of the Lions or the Bills.
Yeah. So these teams obviously lost their first game of the season.
They did
this past week. The Bills fell to the Patriots. Lions fell to the Chiefs.
Both really good games.
But the Lions lost by 4 on a game-winning drive.
Yeah.
The Bills
were on a game-winning drive then.
Yeah, and the Patriots have been putting up 30, 40 points every game. They scored 16 points.
I mean, this was expected. I mean, you weren't expecting this, so I'm telling you. It happened. It happened.
Last week, I said 40-10 the Pats were going to win.
Yeah.
But after, what's his name? Now that Josh Allen is injured, I would have more trust in the Lions to go farther this year. Yeah. The Bills with Matt Barkley.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, Matt Barkley's not going to be the one that forces turnovers, though. You know, I mean, Matt Barkley's going to hang in there. I mean, he still gives the team a chance. The Bills still have a really good defense. That Tampa 2 that McDermott has that I talked about last week, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's stumped New England in Buffalo the past 2 seasons. I mean, I don't know. I'm impressed by Buffalo's work this year.
I am too. I'm not going to lie. I mean, Frank Gore, for an old guy.
He just reached
He's
15K.
been stepping up.
He
Yeah,
just reached
congrats to
15K.
Frank Gore. But, like, other than John Brown and Cole Beasley,
the
Cole
Beasley.
receiving core is not too strong.
Yeah, I just
Could
picked
be
up Cole
better.
Beasley in fantasy, so I mean, we'll see.
Don't jinx anything.
I won't.
It's like my fantasy team. 0-4, baby.
But yeah, how about
The Lions, though, like Stafford throwing for almost 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 picks. Kerryon Johnson looks very good.
Yeah, I mean, people
Looks
forget
solid.
about the arm that Stafford has.
Yeah, exactly. Kenny Galladay
Galladay.
is having a great start this season, along with Marvin Jones. This team just looks... The Lions look more of a team that I can see winning more games.
Yeah.
And possibly fighting for a playoff spot. Yeah. With Buffalo, along with the AFC being a little bit more tighter, especially in the West, the Chargers are going to be fighting for a wild card spot. The, the AFC North is probably going to have a team fighting for a wild card spot.
Yeah, everyone's going to have a team. It's very competitive in the AFC.
Yeah, and it's just the AFC East, obviously the Pats are going to win. So the Lions, I feel like, could go farther.
Let's talk about the LA Rams. I mean, they just lost 55-40. I mean, that's something that we both saw this week, and we haven't really seen their best work. So what do you think about LA?
LA really has to step up. I don't know if Todd Gurley is still like injured from last year.
There's something up with him.
I don't know what the deal is.
I mean, hey, he had more receiving yards, a lot more receiving yards this time around. I mean, he got a good amount of fantasy points. He's had a really good game.
It's just
he had a really good game.
2 years ago, he was putting up historic numbers.
He was the guy.
And
he was the guy.
Now I'm looking at him, and
he's just much slower.
He's not putting up the same numbers that we are used to.
And I think it's hurting LA on the aspect that they
definitely
with us losing C.J. Anderson.
Yeah,
especially with C.J. Anderson.
Like the only positive really of the Rams is the receiving core, especially Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
because that dude's putting up.
And Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, it fluctuates between the two, but Cooper Kupp is the guy.
And like Jared Goff, looking at these stats, 6 touchdowns and 6 picks already.
Yeah, dude, he has the same amount of interceptions as Josh Allen.
Yeah,
and Josh Allen. I mean, Jared Goff is much more smarter with the ball too. Allen is not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah, so it's just the Rams worry me.
Yeah,
especially I just looked at this. Who are they playing this week?
They're playing the Who are they playing?
They're playing Seattle.
Yeah,
Thursday
Seattle.
Night Football.
That's right.
Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, that's right.
In Seattle. Seattle looks good.
They're good. Let's stay in the West. What do you think about your Broncos, man? Is it? I expected this, honestly. They suck.
I mean,
they suck.
We've lost on 2 interesting drives. I'm not gonna blame the refs, but
you can.
A couple.
You can.
Roughing the passers that maybe shouldn't have been roughing the passers. Which led to game-winning field goals. We just lost one of our best linebackers for the year, Bradley Chubb. Joe Flacco looks like he can't throw a football. Philip Lindsay's the only positive on the team. I mean, Emmanuel Sanders, Cortland Sutton, they just don't have a quarterback that can get them the ball.
I mean, yeah. This is the worst season that they've had since their back-to-back
The last time
season.
we started 0-4 was 1999.
99. So, but yeah.
So we play. Who the hell do we play this week? Oh my god, I forgot. I'm going blank.
Who cares? Who cares?
I was just looking at this yesterday, really quick. Yeah, we play.
LA, that's right.
At LA Chargers. Okay, let's move on to the next thing.
So there's really no chance of them making the playoffs. But speaking of playoffs, let's talk about the playoff picture after we're a quarter of the way through the season. In order from 1 to 6 in the AFC, it's Kansas City, New England, Houston, Cleveland, Buffalo, and Oakland. And then in the NFC, in 1 through 6 is San Francisco, New Orleans, Green Bay, Dallas, Chicago, and Seattle. So let's get a few takeaways from this. Nick, who is going to fall in the AFC and the NFC?
Do you mind pulling that up again?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So who's falling in the AFC first?
The Bills.
The Bills.
And the Raiders.
Both of them. Gone.
Yes.
And they're replacing who? Who do you think? I'm thinking...
Chargers.
I think
they'll start turning. Especially if Melvin Gordon starts playing again. Because he was active for this past week, but he didn't get any snaps. But now, you were telling me earlier, like, his projected points for the week.
Who?
For fantasy. Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon, yeah. It's at
like 12 or 13 or something.
And a half, yeah.
So if he really picks up, I can see this team
Yeah.
doing well this year.
Now, for me in the AFC, I think it's going to be the Raiders and the Texans that fall. I think Buffalo is going to stay in.
Really?
Yeah, I think Buffalo is going to get. Bold prediction: they're going to go 10-6. They're going to get swept by New England still, but they're going to make the playoffs as a 5 seed. But still, you know who's going to replace them? It's going to be LA and the Colts. I'm buying in.
I was going to say.
I'm a huge Colts guy right now. I mean, yeah, Baltimore is there,
Just
but
'cause I feel like Lamar Jackson's going to stay this way the whole season.
you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like Indy right now. Yeah, that Raiders game was a fluke. Marlon Mack got hurt, so it kind of hurt them a little bit there. I like the way Brissett's playing, and I like how the Chargers are going to be playing as Derwin James comes back. I mean, if the Chargers want to make the playoffs, they really need to emphasize this two-headed monster that they're about to have in the backfield. Like, this is like the best thing we have seen since Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram. And if they use Austin Eckler to the best of his ability, the same way they've been using him, even without Melvin Gordon, this team can really make some damage as a wild card once again. So
no Minshew madness?
No, unfortunately, I don't think so.
Wait, hold on. Are my Broncos last in the AFC right now?
Yeah, they are.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, my God.
Tank for Tua.
Unbelievable. So, with that...
NFC.
The NFC, yeah. Who's falling in the NFC?
You know, looking at the NFC, the only team that I could see out of the playoffs are the Niners.
Yeah, I can see that.
All the other teams, are good playoff teams.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I can see them replaced. Honestly, the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams. Dude, hell yeah, the Rams are going to take
I feel like the Rams
over.
are going to turn up.
Yeah.
Like, they might not... I could see Seattle winning the NFC West.
But still, the Rams are going to be there.
The Rams would be a wild card
They'll be
team,
there.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the only
They just have
change
too
I
much
see, though.
talent. They just were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not in the play. I mean,
And they're
the
not-
Eagles
they're-
not making the playoffs. That's a little
They're
weird.
not going to
but
fall into that aspect where, like, if you lose the Super Bowl, you're going to suck the next year.
Yeah.
No, not with this team. This
It's
team
not like
is
the Red Sox with baseball this year.
this team is too damn good.
Yeah.
LA is too good to pass on. So, let's get into some predictions. We picked five. We believe 5 of the best games this week. Starting with the Thursday night game, which could be the game of the week.
Yeah.
It could, debatably the game of the week. The Rams going to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Nick, who are you taking?
I'm taking the Seahawks, especially at home.
You're taking Seattle.
Yeah.
Wow.
They got a lot of momentum going into this week.
Really?
Yeah.
You
And
know
Russell
what?
Wilson kind of looks like an MVP right now.
He looks good. I mean, everyone talks about how he's not a throwing quarterback. Hello? He can throw the damn ball. He can throw the ball. I mean, yeah, he's like 5'11", but this man can still huck it. So, I don't know. This is the only skid LA's going to go on. They're going to lose 2 in a row right here, but they won't lose for a while. Seattle's going to take this one. I just like the way that...
I feel like the Rams will get a game at home when they'll bounce back.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I think on the road in Seattle, that's just a tough place to win,
It is.
especially after giving up 55 points to the Buccaneers.
The Seahawks, their offense is doing pretty well. Tyler Lockett is cash right now. DK Metcalf, we're not really seeing much from him, but Will Dissly has stepped up for sure. So I think the use of the tight end is going to help Seattle in this one, and I think they're going to take
Especially
it.
on a short week, the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Seattle takes this one.
All right, Jacksonville and Carolina.
Ew. You know what?
You staying with the Mafia? Because I'm
honestly, I'm still upset about last week. Gardner,
Minshew or bust. Jacksonville is taking this one.
Gardner just, we had a win in the bag.
We
were up 17-6 at halftime, and Gardner Minshew just destroyed us in the second half.
Yeah.
So I think he'll win.
Yeah,
Him versus Kyle Allen.
I'm all in on Gardner Minshew the second. I've literally looked for every night that we've gone to bed. I've looked for a jersey. Still hasn't popped up yet for a Minshew jersey.
Really?
Yeah. Not the one that I want, the $150 one, like the NFL 100.
Yeah.
That's the one I want. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see. I
He
want
wants
an
an
official
official
jersey.
Gardner
'Cause
jersey.
Gardner is official. He's the man. He's a gamer. He is OP. All right.
Next
done
game.
with that. Tampa Bay, New Orleans.
You told me your pick earlier, and I'm going to go with New Orleans.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. Just this is going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah,
And the aspect that New Orleans didn't really score that many points, and Tampa Bay lit up the scoreboard.
That's fact.
I remember now. I know Winston wasn't playing, but still, 48-40 was the outcome. I think it was like last year, a couple years ago. And I think it's going to be something like that, and Tampa Bay is going to take it once again. This is going to be the one fluke game that New Orleans has. I mean, yeah, they did.
So?
I mean, they don't.
They are coming off a game where they
don't
only
have
had
Drew
field
Brees.
goals.
Yeah, that's true.
They had 4 field goals. So
Sean
props
Payton,
to Will Lutz.
Sean Payton has never won a game when he's only gotten field goals.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a fact?
That's a fact. Yeah. So, yeah. Now let's take into Fox's America Game of the Week, where we have to listen to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. So Troy Aikman, pretty chill, but Joe Buck.
We're broadcast majors, so we need to expand.
Yeah.
Listen to everybody.
Okay. Yeah,
and
that's
get
true.
an idea.
I've listened enough of Joe. But anyways, Green Bay or Dallas, Nick?
I'm thinking Dallas, honestly.
I like Dallas too.
Yeah.
I like
Especially
Dallas.
at home.
Yeah.
I know they're coming off a tough loss.
Green Bay does play well in Dallas, though. Like, they always find a way to pull it out last second. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I like the way Dallas is playing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're finally at home this time.
And I think, like you were just mentioning, this last game for them was their fluke game.
Who?
They put Dallas.
Dallas,
They just put up 10 points against New Orleans.
That's true.
And they've been...
And they look good. They are a great football team.
Yeah.
Dak is actually playing pretty well. And I can't believe I'm saying that. Dak Prescott is playing well.
MVP, like I said
earlier. Hell no. He is not the MVP.
No, but he's played, especially he hasn't got paid yet either, so...
He has not gotten paid yet.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable he hasn't sat out. He's a quarterback, though. So, but now, the Monday night game, I've been thinking about this one for a while. Cleveland and San Francisco. Is this where we see the gold rush starting to tank a little bit?
I mean, I've been saying for the past couple of weeks that I feel like Cleveland has too much talent to, like, just completely tank.
Yeah.
I think they're going to win this game.
Hey, man. They did all right on the last Monday Night Football game that they had. I think they're going to do better on this one.
Yeah, definitely.
I think San Francisco will finally lose in the NFC. Even though they're the better conference, they will not have anyone undefeated anymore after Monday night.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland's going to take this one by probably 2 possessions. So that's it for the NFL. Let's take into college football now. But Alabama is now number 1 in the country in the recent AP poll. Clemson has fallen to number 2. Georgia follows them at 3. Ohio State is now number 4. LSU falls to number 5. So let's stay on Clemson a little bit. They won by a score of 21-20, and they were lucky because that was a very, very, very bad play call by UNC.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Trying to go for 2 and win the game. I mean, hey, props to them for going to 2, but you were not West Point. Kelvin Hopkins would have done that any day of the week. Shout out Kelvin, love you, buddy. But yeah. Why? Why did they do that? Why the hell did you go with the option on a 2-point conversion?
I don't know.
But anyways,
I don't know.
Do you have any?
I'm. All I gotta say is I'm worried about Clemson.
Yeah. You're concerned about Clemson?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, I think
Trevor Lawrence can be better.
Oh, a lot better.
He's throwing a lot of picks. He's the most pro-ready guy in the air. Or he and Joe Burrow, but Lawrence throws
I feel like
picks.
just people have a lot of expectations for him. Everyone wants him to play like he did in the national championship last year.
Oh yeah, that was OP.
And he is not living up to those standards whatsoever. But I think they will win out just because the strength of the schedule is very weak for them the rest of the year. I was looking at their schedule earlier.
Like I stated earlier.
They play one ranked team, that's Wake Forest.
Wake Forest. Hey, shout out Wake Forest. 5-0 now,
Yeah.
22nd in the country. I mean, the Atlantic Division looks pretty competitive. We thought it was going to be competitive at the start of the year. It still is, but we're not up there anymore, unfortunately. But still, there's only 2 more competitive games on Clemson's schedule, and that's Wake Forest and when they go down to Charlotte and they play Virginia in the ACC title game. But
one team that I think could really surprise some people. Well, not surprise, but Ohio State.
Keeping them in mind.
Keep them in mind as the number 1 team in the country.
They're pretty good.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
They are they haven't played really good teams yet.
But still
they are blowing out teams.
They still have J.K. Dobbins and Justin Fields. I mean, I didn't think Justin Fields would play this well.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts playing very well too, but I kind of expected that from Hurts, but Justin
Fields was going to be a backup this year at Georgia, right?
Yeah, and then he transferred.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's unbelievable. So
that man's on another level.
He is on another level. But now, so the Fair Pay to Play Act. California Senate Bill 206 was passed Let me just say this: we're not congressmen, we're not lawyers.
Yep.
This is sports, but this
Taking
is
a law class. I'm confused, but this is sports.
this is sports. So I mean, this is still something we've always had in mind, that like ever since the 2000s rolled around, paying college athletes.
It's like the college games came out, the video games.
Literally, I mean that's always been a thing, because all you see is halfback number 5, when it could say Reggie Bush. This is only allowed in California public schools, but this might be opening a new window to something I really don't want to see.
Yeah, and I feel like you and I have very different views.
We do.
About it.
How about you go with your view first?
I feel like we could do like a whole podcast just on this.
We could. I think we could.
So I think maybe we should keep this a little simple for now, not go too in depth.
Yeah.
I mean, in my
We're
opinion,
running out of time too, so.
Yeah, that's true. I am all right with it.
You're all right with it.
Yes.
Even if
Because, for example,
but the NCAA they have threatened heavily to take away games, like postseason games from like California venues. I mean, yeah, these California public schools will still play, but the state of California could lose a lot of money from this.
That's true.
I mean,
Well,
this is like House Bill 2, but more on a simpler aspect. You know,
If you look at it, for example, imagine the amount of money Zion could have made.
that is true.
People are wearing his jerseys all across, probably not USA, but just all over the
All over the world.
And if they kept having the video games, he was going to be on the cover of what? NCAA Basketball 19.
Probably, yeah.
He's selling out arenas everywhere he goes.
Yeah, but I mean,
And just like...
but still, even though he may be a one and done, yeah, and like people may try and like pay all these players like with agencies and stuff illegally, they're only doing this for 1 year, and then and you got to think about that they kind of are already getting paid, but that money's going towards the right things, tuition and room and board. Because the first thing that comes when you hear student athletes, what's the first thing you hear?
Student.
You hear a student. I mean, they're even if they want to get the hell out of there after 1 year because they are really good at what they do, they are still a student for 1 year, and they may not have to ever worry about it ever again.
That's true.
Because they'll be so good, they'll have so much money. I mean, who gives a damn? They don't care about having their number retired in college, especially if they're just a one and done and they make it to the elite, and they only make it to the Elite Eight, aka Zion Williamson. So, but yeah, we could definitely go more in depth than this.
No, we could. Yeah, I would do lots of research on this.
Now we're running out of time, so we're gonna get into some predictions real quick. Syracuse is not playing this week, for they have a very much needed bye week before they take it into Raleigh, North Carolina. Shout out my friends back home.
They low-key got a tough stretch.
They do have a tough stretch, but it's much needed. I mean, NC State has the same thing, but anyways, 3 really good games on tap for this week in college football. Starting with number 7 Auburn and number 10 Florida. This is a game that I've heard that it's a good thing that Auburn is playing on homecoming week for Florida. I think it's gonna lead into that way. Bo Nix is just really freaking good.
Yeah,
and I think the SEC West stays strong here, and Auburn definitely pulls it out. We can agree on that?
Yes, sir.
Bet. So, now, number 14 Iowa against number 19 Michigan, a struggling Michigan Wolverines team.
Yeah.
Even though they did curb stomp Rutgers this week,
did, yeah.
52-0. I mean,
It's
Rutgers. Who cares? They just fired their head coach. But yeah, Iowa, they won 14-13 last week after they shut down Michigan, who was number 2 in the country at the time. And I think they're going to beat them again. I really do.
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of feeling Michigan this week, honestly.
I mean,
that's like my one little upset I'm kind of feeling.
I could not care less about Michigan.
Yeah. I mean,
They should have lost to Army.
yes.
I mean, that.
You know your feelings.
I'm big sad about that game. But yeah. Now, last game before we close up shop, Sparty and Ohio State. I think this is obvious. Michigan State hasn't really played well.
This is a rivalry.
They almost lost to Indiana. I mean, This is
a big rivalry, but Justin Fields is going to run and throw all over the Michigan State defense.
I mean, Michigan State, they barely beat Indiana. Yeah, the score says 40-31, but if you realize Michigan State scored on a lateral touchdown to win just seal it up.
And I think Ohio State's just going to keep proving themselves even more. And this time it's against a ranked team, so it's going to keep
tied for 25th. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But But yeah, that's gonna conclude tonight for the late night peel. Thank you guys for tuning in back-to-back nights. We can't thank you guys enough.
We are grinding.
We're grinding. We're gaming.
We are new house kids. We grind.
We're gamers. Rise up. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Oh my gosh. It's Wednesday.
Hump Day. Happy Hump Day.
Yeah, there you go.